everyone, my name is Kosi and welcome to this special 16 Days Activism podcast. This is a space where young people could speak boldly about the violence children face both online and offline and how the law protects us. This year, our voice rise together because silence has never saved anyone. This year's theme is digital safety and protection for every child. No matter your tribe, your ability, your background, or even your gender, because every child deserves and has the right to be safe, respected, and heard. Today we are going to be talking about marginalization, the kind that children carry but hardly ever speak about. We are going to be speaking for every boy who's afraid to cry, for every girl whose stories are ignored, for people living with disabilities, for people from minority tribes who face discrimination every day. Our message is simple, that every child deserves safety, dignity, and justice. That's why this year's 16 Days Activism is also about digital safety. And we also know that technology has moved online. Children are not only bullied in classrooms, but are also bullied in WhatsApp groups, shamed on TikTok, threatened in DMs, tricked by fake accounts, threatened by pictures they were never meant to share. Technology may be powerful, but without the right knowledge, it could be really, really dangerous. And today we are proud to show you how youth advocacy works. Because when people speak, communities listen, laws move, and change happens. We may be teenagers, yes, but our voices are strong enough to challenge abuse, demand justice, and silence any harmful, and just build a bridge on any harmful silence. Because every child deserves safety. So Damaris, I'm going to be asking you this question. I know Child Rights Act and Violence Against Persons Act are both very important. So we'll talk about digital safety. How do you think they work together?
Child Rights Act is a special law in Nigeria that helps protect children, while that act focuses on all forms of violence: physical, sexual, psychological, emotional, different kinds of violence. So now this is where both lines meet, the line of convergence. So when CRA protects, VAP Act punishes. Now CRA says a child must not be raped. VAP Act sends rapists to prison. CRA says a child must not be emotionally harmed. VAP Act punishes psychological abuse. CRA says a child must not be sent or forced to early marriage. VAP Act punishes or criminalizes harmful practices. CRA says every child deserves dignity. And VAP Act ensures that anyone who violates that dignity faces the law. So this law is important, it's very important. The child beaten by a wire, because children who face these things are real. The children beaten by a wire, the boy who was raped by a neighbor, and the one who has been emotionally silenced by threats.
So Lawrence, this question goes to you. How do you think society has, in one way or the other, silenced the boy child, and how do you think society can also help?
Okay, the society has something to voice child by giving them the impression of they are boys, they are strong, so they can handle things themselves, forgetting the fact that they are also human. So the only way I think the society can improve that is to give them the attention, the audience to speak if anything goes wrong with themselves. Thank you.
Brief and wonderful explanation. So, Nifemi, what can you say is the major cause for boys, like male children, sharing their private pictures?
Thank you. The major cause, as we've said, for boys sharing their private pictures is friendship. They want to gain friendship, to know more people in and outside the country. So the major cause is to attain more friends and attention. Thank you.
Very much. So Daniel, do you think that parents should educate children on self-defense, especially male children, on whenever they are sexually harassed?
And I say that it's a very, very encouraging point, but it also has its side effects. For example, children might not be mature enough to understand when and how to face the consequences of not defending or protecting themselves against non-lethal threats. And also, it can be encouraged, but if we restrict rights and limiting the child's scope of who is protecting themselves instead of fighting for themselves. And parents who are not aware of this should know that it's possible for you to teach your child self-defense, but it also comes with a risk. So yeah, I can recommend children learning self-defense, but I think you should before you start going to the topic of sex education for some younger audience, you should have to limit the idea of fighting and violence.
So, Marcus, based on everything we've heard today, based on everything everyone has said, based on their perspective, what do you have to say?
Thank you for that. I have to say that boys are really facing challenges, but the society will not listen to them. They think they should man up, they should keep their pains to themselves, and they should be able to handle anything that they're passing through. But I think that's not right. Boys should be also listened to and being helped. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Abdul, what do you think are the solutions to these problems?
The solutions to these problems are boys should stand up for themselves, and boys should stop believing in saying that men don't cry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, any last words from anyone? Okay.
And also, I want to say something that any boy that's outside there would think that if he's being bullied, that he should remain silent. Please voice up. Everyone has a chance to speak. Don't be silent, because your silence can become your prison. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, Kamsin, what advice do you have for teens out there on how to stay safe online?
My advice for teens is that online they should not look at downloads or copy improper or bad materials. If they see anything improper or they experience anything online that upsets them, they should make sure they tell their parents, guardian or counselor. They should not keep online secrets away from their parents. They should not share naked or improper pictures or recording of themselves or anyone else. Thank you.
Any last words?
Okay, so I will say this. I think the government should create more foundations, especially for boys, because they are facing a lot of discrimination, even in schools, in their areas, everywhere. There are a lot of discrimination, so foundations should be created, especially for schools, especially in the boarding schools, because a lot of things are happening there. Sometimes you will see a teacher is like abusing a student, a male student. So I think the government should empower those schools and create foundations that will build them. Thank you.
Thank you. There was this recent case that happened in the US. I would like you to tell us the story.
A 16-year-old boy who showed his naked pictures to some people online. So the people used it to torment and torture him, which made him very sad, and he killed himself because of the disgrace that it could bring to him and his family when it was posted out. Thank you.
See that a lot happens to boys online. Not only girls are vulnerable and open to abuse, but boys are also. So join us as 13 teenagers share 16 stories of pain, of courage, and of hope. Stories from classrooms, from communities, from online spaces, and from different places around the world. Because our voices and our movements are important. And this is not just a podcast, it is an awareness, it is activism. So join us in this mission. Say no to sexual and gender-based violence.
End gender-based violence. End gender-based violence.
Say no to child abuse.
I will not be silent.
End gender-based violence.
Safety first.
End gender-based violence.
#end gender-based violence.
Stop gender-based violence.
We are digital services.